All right, let's talk baseball. And let's talk about a team that spent a fortune this offseason and currently has 7 wins. 7. The New York Mets are 7-15, dead last in the NL East, while the Dodgers are out here at 15-6 doing whatever they want. We're going to break down exactly what's gone wrong in Queens and whether this thing is fixable before it completely falls apart. And yeah, I've got thoughts on the new MLB Power Rankings too. Let's get into it. MajorLeague.com Power Rankings. We got the Dodgers in first again. Braves, Padres, Yankees back at number 4. Pirates moving to number 5. And Arizona peeking in at number 6. Touched on the Dodgers a few times this season. They're not going anywhere. They got the most talent in baseball. They will be there in the end. I think they're going to have some challenges in the playoffs because baseball is not played on paper. But the Dodgers will be sitting pretty in the 1, 2, 3 slot of the power rankings probably all season, unless something crazy happens. Braves, surprising me. They are surprising me. Their pitching is held up well. I love Ronald Acuna, and he is playing fantastic. I love what Atlanta's got going, and the NL East is so interesting to me. The Mets, the Phillies, the Braves, like whoever's supposed to win that division never does. They always end up having like a terrible year. And the Phillies are usually just right there. Nobody really picks the Phillies to win the division in most years. It's always the Braves and now the Mets. I don't, it's an interesting division. Padres, I went over them last week in detail. Love the team, love what they're doing right now. I hope they keep it up all season. The Yankees, back in number 4. I love seeing it. That is my team, but they still have bullpen issues. They need to fix that. The offense has started hitting again, but they need to stay out of these winter breaks that they like to take where they just go ice cold. The starters are looking fantastic still without Cole, without Rodon, and they're going to get those guys back soon. I still feel that they're going to have one of, if not the strongest starting rotations come playoffs. Judge is mashing home runs. I think he has 10 now on the season. And he's not really hitting all that well. So watch out. Aaron Judge, the Aaron Judge, will be back to normal soon. He's an all-time great. Like, he's not going to hit 230. And their youth is coming through big time. The Yankees never really let their young prospects get a full chance on their major league roster. Their team is too good to, like, give a season or two to a guy trying to find his way. So they always end up trading their prospects to get known commodities. They didn't do that this offseason. They haven't done that in a couple off seasons. And their fan base is usually pretty upset by that. I've been saying forever, like, we need to let these kids play instead of going out and signing a 32-year-old guy to a bloated contract. Anyways, the Yankees are finally doing that. They've seen the writing on the wall with the contracts and everything. And Ben Rice is rewarding them big time. The Yankees have needed a first baseman. We've been trying to fill that hole with veteran signings the past few years since Teixeira left. And I love Anthony Rizzo. I love Paul Goldschmidt. But they were past their prime. Still playing good defense, but their bats weren't the same. We got Ben Rice now. He is hitting like the best hitter in baseball, and we're going to have him for years. I'm very excited. Very excited for the Yankees youth. Good work, y'all. Continuing that on the mound, Cam Schlittler just continues to feel like a strong rotation piece. 1, 2, at worst, a third starter. Will Warren is also pitching very well. Again, this rotation is going to be at the top at the end of the season. So now, maybe the biggest head scratcher. We touched on this a second ago with the NL East, but what is wrong with the New York Mets? They are engaged in a historic 11-game losing streak right now. I believe I heard Dan Patrick say today that no team has ever lost 12 games in a row and made the playoffs. So the Mets desperately need to win a game. I don't know if they're playing right now as I record, but they need to win their next game. Let's go through some of the reasons, right? Like Juan Soto's hurt, and that's huge. Juan Soto is a top 3 hitter in baseball, and when that guy's out of your lineup, nobody is as good of a hitter. That's how good Soto is. Every hitter in the lineup elevates because Soto is also in that lineup. And when you take him out, they start seeing a lot harder pitches, a lot less strikes, and their job gets a lot harder. And they're not coming through. They need him back ASAP. The lack of offense, that means they do not get guys on base. They do not get guys in running and scoring position very often. But even when they do, they are not hitting well. They're hitting .219, I believe, with runners in scoring position through their first 22 games. That is not going to cut it. When you're only getting 1 or 2 guys in scoring position per game, you need to bring them home. They did just have a great pitching performance on Sunday, and then the team went 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. And this is a historic Mets problem. You can go ask Jacob deGrom. You can go ask Matt Harvey. They've been doing this for years. deGrom never got run support when he was there. He would have like a 1.8 ERA and lose 12 games, win like 4. The New York market's tough. I don't know what's going on, but this is a consistent problem for them. 3, the overall pitching has been awful. Nolan McLean is pitching like an ace. He continues to do that. Clay Holmes is pitching well and continues to reward the Mets for moving him back to the rotation. But the other 3 starters have been just awful. Peralta has an ERA over 4. Peterson has an ERA over 5. Kodai Senga has an ERA over 8. It's not going to cut it in Major League Baseball. It's not going to cut it in a tough NL East. And it's not going to cut it when you got the Dodgers, right? Like, that's the team to meet, to match, to try to beat. And that rotation, that offense, is not doing anything against the Dodgers. And the offense behind Juan Soto could have used this opportunity to put their imprint on the lineup, on the season. And nobody has done that. Francisco Alvarez, the catcher, has had a decent year. But his OPS is in the 800s. It's a good year for a catcher. But it's not going to make up for missing Juan Soto. Bo Bichette has been just disappointing. He's making the Blue Jays look wise. He has a 538 OPS. Or as my friends at Talkin' Baseball would say, he's playing like a 5-year-old. I love that rating system. I find it very easy to explain baseball and how good somebody is to a lay baseball watcher, someone who does not know the game that well. I love the system. I will break it down real quick. All right, so Bo Bichette is a 538 OPS, so he's playing like a 5-year-old. Most baseball players, the average baseball player has a 700 OPS, so they're a 7-year-old. So Bo Bichette is playing like a 5-year-old with most players that are 7. So he's not doing very well. Francisco Lindor has a 600 OPS. Simeon at 606. Vientos at 616. Jorge Polanco at 532. That's a bunch of 5- and 6-year-olds trying to play with 7-year-olds. And then when you get to the real talent, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. 5- and 6-year-olds aren't going to be able to hang with those guys. You're getting the ranking system. I do really like it. Good work Talking Baseball, John Boy Media. Maybe they heard it from somebody else, and I apologize if that is the case, because I've only heard it on John Boy Media. But this story can change. The Mets have talent. Getting Solo back is going to improve the rest of the offense. It's going to turn some of those 5-year-olds into 6-year-olds, then maybe 7-year-olds, possibly 8-year-olds. And then, by the time they're 8, they'll be competing. But with this bloated of a payroll it's a huge underachievement. And I think the locker room's going to be in trouble. Somebody's going to have to step up and lead when no one is playing well. Lindor needs to be that guy. He always has slow starts, so he needs to step up and explain that there's time, that you can get it back. You can make up the ground. Lindor needs to be that guy. Soto is the best player, but Lindor needs to lead. Thanks for watching today. Please hit subscribe if you like the content. And I'm going to drop a link to the main video right here if you enjoyed the segment. Please check out the main. Have a good day, y'all.